Okay. I stared back at my reflection in the bathroom mirror. My hair was loose, my eyes dark-circled. I looked pale and a little gaunt. Alex was standing behind me, bare-chested and in jeans, his hands resting lightly on my shoulders. The bruise on his cheek had faded, and there was only the faintest trace of a scar running at an angle across his cheekbone up to his eye. He looked tired too. The strain of the last week was starting to show. "Just do it," I told him. He looped my hair, twisting it up like a rope, then pressed the scissors against the nape of my neck and cut. Blonde strands fell to the floor, but I kept my eyes on Alex, so focused on the job in hand. The only thing that was keeping me sane, keeping me from running straight back to California to find my mum and Jack, was him. 8 days zigzagging south over the border, trying to shake the unit off our tail, had brought us here, to the sweltering heat of Mexico City in this tiny hotel room. After Alex was done, he put the scissors down and bent to kiss my bare neck. I drew in a breath, goosebumps rippling down my spine, and gripped the edge of the basin tighter. Alex looked up, caught my eye in the mirror, and gave me one of his half-smiles. "You look beautiful," he said. I stared at myself in the mirror. My head felt lighter all of a sudden. My eyes were massive in the pale oval of my face. I had expected to look more like a child, but I looked older somehow. The angles of my face were sharper, my neck longer. It was as if I'd lost the last vestiges of childhood along with my hair. Alex dipped his head once more, tracing kisses slowly up my neck towards my jaw, his fingers running through my cropped hair. He turned me round and, holding my face, kissed me full on the lips. Despite everything I was feeling, a lurid, unwieldy mixture of fear and desperate hope, I couldn't help but respond. I wrapped my arms around his neck and pulled myself close against him. Ever since the night in Joshua Tree when we'd faced the unit and Jack had been shot, I'd felt like I'd lost my balance, that the world was rolling under my feet. Alex was the ballast, the anchor that was stopping me from floating away, just like it'd been when my mother died. She wasn't dead, I reminded myself. She was alive, and so was Jack. I convinced myself of that, if only to avoid the crushing feelings of loss and guilt that threatened to sink me whenever I thought of what might have happened. No, I told myself for the millionth time. They were both alive, and we were going to find a way to rescue them. Alex suddenly broke off from kissing me, the muscles across his shoulders and arms tensing. I glanced up at him, confused. He was looking over towards the bathroom door as if he'd heard something. "Stay here," he said, pushing past me and reaching for the door handle. I heard it too then, a screech of tyres, the slamming of car doors. My heart started to pound, my stomach constricted. Alex left me standing there and edged out into the bedroom, his hand automatically moving to his gun, which was stuck down the back of his jeans. I looked around the bathroom, at the lack of places to hide or things to throw, and then followed him. Alex was standing by the open window, pulling on a t-shirt as he scanned the street below. He turned to look at me over his shoulder. "They found us," he said. The ballast shifted inside me. From the expression on his face, it was clear who had found us. "Come on, let's go." Alex grabbed my hand and pulled me towards the door. The words were still sinking in and my feet were unresponsive. "Lila, come on," he shouted. "There's no time. Move!" The unit had found us. How on earth had they found us?